Hi there, Leo. How are you? It's me, Anissa, from the INTERSECTS, and I'm back again doing your September 2018 readings. So as usual, this is going to be a relationship spread, and you can always apply it with anywho. It could be with your friends, family, colleagues, best friend, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, anywho. I'm basically just going to pick up your relationship energy in general, okay? So how are you guys doing right now, Leo? You might want to check your sun, moon, or Venus sign and find, whichever videos that resonates with you the most and kind of like stick to it though, because I find that with my readings, I resonate much more with my Venus sign rather than my sun sign. All right, so your overall energy for the now, you guys have the Six of Pentacles, but then what follows it, you have the Moon card and you also have the the Queen of Swords. The Six of Pentacles talks about, so you guys are kind of like a little bit bipolar in the now, there's like a lot of, I'm not going to say wishy-washy or indecision, but you guys are kind of like not able to really make a decision on what you're supposed to be doing. It's either you want to give or you just want to be the Queen of Swords, someone who receives, someone who demands other person to come to you, if that makes sense. And the reason for that being is because you have the Moon card in here. The Moon card always highlight when it comes to the relationship spread, especially in this particular deck of mine. I know that it's not really a good feeling where you guys cannot really pinpoint where you stand in someone else's life. Either you're their priority or, you're just kind of like wondering if what is the truth and what is the lie. If you're surrounded by lies, if you're surrounded by manipulations, or if you're surrounded by agenda, you cannot see it clearly yet. Okay, so now you're kind of like wishy-washy whether you want to give in to it or you want them to come to you. If you're dealing with two people though, it could also be that with one person you want to give with the other person because you guys have been burnt in the past. You want them to come at you. What's challenging you have the Two of Wands here. The Two of Wands is the inability to see things in a bigger picture from a helicopter view, especially with this Queen of Swords, and then the second one is the Four of Swords. Especially with the Queen of Swords. So there is someone here who you cannot stop thinking about them. So you think about them constantly. And because you guys keep thinking about them constantly, you're unable to see things from a helicopter view, so that you guys are kind of like highlighting or putting in like a zoom in focus on things that matters to you. And sometimes when we put in a zoom in focus onto things, sometimes we not notice flaws. Just imagine yourself looking at this giant, beautiful painting. If you were to look at it and from, a zoom out perspective, you would see this is like a very, very beautiful painting. But if you zoom in, you would of course notice there's like flaws and everything. So it's kind of like up to you whether you want to see things from a helicopter view or you want to see things in a very, very close-up details. I mean, we're fire signs. We have the tendency to see things from a bigger picture. But you could also, with the Two of Wands, you could also be dealing with someone who is very, very distant towards you. And the Two of Wands people usually are the people who are waiting for a green light from you. So let's see. Okay, so in the past, this person has the Fool card. With the Two of Wands as your overall challenge, it could be like the other person who is doing that to you too, This the type of person who would see like a tiny bit of details and making problems out of nothing. And then you also have the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so you could be dealing with two people in the past because this is like a very, very conflicting energy. There is one person here who is willing to take that giant leap of faith with you with the Fool card here. Their heart chakra really open. I feel like you guys have the power to boost their confidence in some ways and also inspire them to do things. And also at the same time, you also have someone who is the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Someone who is very, very analytical, someone who is very, very calculative. Not a giving type of person. When I say calculative, meaning that they're only willing to give you what you already give them. And they're still also calculative when it comes to giving. And with the Page of Pentacles in reverse, because they don't see things as, well, basically they're kind of like judge you too harshly and they're kind of like letting go of the thought of you. Nice. You have the Two of Cups. But with this person who you wanted to take that giant leap of faith with, I feel like because you're still dealing with this Page of Pentacles in reverse, someone who is very, very calculative, you were kind of like quite unable to make a decision about what to do with this full person with the person A. And then you also have the Temperance card in reverse when you're dealing with someone who was kind of like letting you go. I felt like you guys lost your temper. You guys have had it. You're no longer as patient as you once were. I mean, you know, as a fire sign, I must say, you know, I have like a lot of Leos in my life too. I must say that you guys are like the most patient out of us three. I know Aries are not really patient. Sagittarius, patience is not really our strongest word. And when we blow up, it kind of like scary. But Leo, you could exercise like a lot of patience when it comes to the person that you love, until when, you know, when you guys cannot have it anymore, you know, you have the Temperance card in reverse in here. And the reason why you cannot open up really, really well to this person A is because you're still dealing so much with, you know, don't let such negative thing like an energy vampire like this person B ruins your energy, because the Temperance card in reverse is when everything goes into total imbalance, and we don't want that in our life, right? Why would you ever let someone have that much power over you? You don't want that. If I don't know if you realize it or not, but because of the presence of this person, it makes you unable to open up to someone who is actually willing to take that giant leap of faith with you. So let's see what's happening in the now. You believe God is a woman. Okay, so there's like an energy switch in here from the Fool card into becoming the Queen of Pentacles. The Fool card is always someone who is like a blinded optimism. Like they see you, they connect with you, and they totally believe in you because they're following their intuition. They believe like, you know what, I know this is gonna work. With time past, as time goes on, they're starting to realize like, you know what, just me opening up and jumping into things is not enough. Yeah, is not enough. Wow, everything's looking pretty now. Jumping into things is not enough, and they kind of like see the quality of you that is like the Empress card here. You know, like a mother lioness, always wanting to be the center of someone else's universe, always wanted to nurture, always wanted to protect, always wanted to provide. They see the quality in you. I feel like they see you as a wifey or a husband material, that they are willingly becoming the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is someone who is ready to settle. Someone who is kind of like looking for their mate. Someone who can they have a serious conversation with about where this relationship is going. So it's not someone who follows in their impulse like the Wands people, or someone who follows their emotions and not knowing what is going to happen next. But this one is really, really certain. Okay, I like you. I took that giant leap of faith with you. I became interested in you, and now I want something that is kind of like practical in a long term, if that makes sense. What it kind of is a little bit bothering here is you have the Three of Pentacles. You do have, you know, the person who, you know, the saying that there are people who don't like losing a fan, if that makes sense. There's just people who just don't like losing a fan. And when they see you kind of like move on into someone else's, they become the Three of Pentacles. So beware that there's going to be someone who let go of you, who made your life imbalanced in the past. In the now, it's in the present card though. So if it's not happening now, it's going to happen like really, really soon. They would want to kind of like collaborate with you. The Three of Pentacles in this particular deck of mine is also a card of, you know, doing like a lot of research and Stockholm behavior. I feel like they already heard about the presence of someone else here. Okay, with the Queen of Pentacles, with the person A, who is very, very interested in you, in the now, you guys have the Chariot card. I feel like 80% of you already chose them, but also at the same time, you cannot help to still have this unwavering devotions and loyalty towards the person B. I feel like because the connection was really, really so strong in the past and you guys had like a lot of history, it's very hard for you to kind of like let go of that unwavering devotions and loyalty. But they did it really easily in the past, Leo, so why can't you do it now? Especially when you have this beautiful offer coming in your way. With the Chariot card, is beautiful. But be careful though, you know, with the Chariot card, I always say this way. The Chariot always have a direction in which they want to go through, a star that is very, very interesting for them, in which they want to go through. But you also need to think what happens if you go there, and what are you going to do when you arrive at that destination, if that makes sense. The person that you're dealing with is much more stable in what they want. They already know exactly the type of responsibilities that it took to build like a long-term relationship that is solid and good. Okay, try not to follow in those impulses and rush things. Okay, try to kind of like slow down and process. If you reach that destination, what are you going to do next? How are you going to feel? Think it in the long term. Okay, try to think it in the long term. Again, as I said, try to do like a little bit of a helicopter view. And all is said and done, you believe God is a woman. At the bottom of your deck, you have the Ten of Cups. So it's actually looking very beautiful. Like, I'm jealous. Like, I want to be a Leo now. Wait, what is the Sun card here? Or what he's going to do? Yeah, you have your past returning, you know. Now they might do kind of like a little bit of stalking. They might want to kind of like collaborate with you again, reconcile with you again. In the future, they're going to make their intention known. And the reason for that being is because they are going to say that they were walking away from you as a form of distraction because they try to move on from you and blah, blah, blah. But turns out they couldn't. Stuff like that. Okay? And you have the Seven of Swords. Try to make up your mind in the now. I mean, like, which one do you actually want? Because you have the Seven of Swords in here. This person actually lies. Right. Right. And for some group of Leo out there, and the reason why they're returning is because they had a falling out with someone else. So that's why they're returning to you. So there could be like two reasons. First, they don't like losing a fan, and they know that you guys are moving on from them with someone else. The second one is they have a falling out with someone else. That's why they're returning back to you, because they understand like you guys are the only person who could accept them as who they really are. You guys are more emotionally available and emotionally secure. That's what I'm just trying to say. Are you guys going to get all excited about it? Yes, you have the Knight of Wands attitude. Be careful, though. Be really careful. The thing is that what I love about it is that person A has a Strength card in here, meaning that this person, even if, and you have the Magician, you actually want to work things out with them too. At the bottom of your deck, you have the Ten of Cups. So everything is actually going to be really, really beautiful. Try to make sure that to communicate what is going to happen in the future if that ex is returning. Because will this person, the person A, accept it? Yes, they will. Like, they will exercise a lot of patience. Again, as I said, from the Fool card is the Queen of Pentacles, meaning that before they took that giant optimism, and in the now, they already, made their mind set about you. So it's fine for you to kind of like share whatever your ex is going to do to you in the future. Okay, if you're willing to put the work in here, which I believe you're going to do it, it's going to end up really, really beautiful for you in the future by the end of September 2018. I want to know why you're still entertaining this person, though. What's the Knight of Wands here? I'm so nosy, it's unbelievable, right? I know, right? And I'm not even dealing with a Leo. I just want to know. Right. Okay. I feel like the reason why you guys are still going to be entertaining this past person that is returning is because you need closure. It's because you need closure. Every time people says that I need closure, I would say action speaks louder than word. But if you really do need closure, try to make sure that you communicate to person A about the return of this person B, and why is it that you're still kind of like entertaining them? It's because you need closure. That's it. You just need closure. I feel like your ego cannot handle it, and you need explanations on why they did that. Okay, so actually it's looking very beautiful for you guys in September. I really hope that you guys enjoyed my reading. Thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye.